Hey everyone, so this is the dialogue here, so thank you so much for being with me. Please ding my bell and subscribe. Okay, so we're with Angelina Jolie and she's talking about her film, First They Killed My Father, which was based on the genocide in Cambodia. And she's also talking about politics and her family. So the great thing is, yes, she's making a movie about the genocide that happened in Cambodia, which is a pretty tough topic. But what I'm going to be focusing on today is Angelina's first interview in regard to her breakup with Brad Pitt and how she's coping as well as the children. So please stay tuned.
If I take it back to your film is about family and loss. I understand this is a very sensitive issue. We know that an incident occurred which led to your separation. We also know you haven't said anything about this, but would you like to say something?
Only that I don't want to say very much about that, except to say it was a very difficult time, and we are a family.
Okay, let's go back and have a look at that again. And okay, so I was originally looking for anything I could find, which was deception, which was congruency, which was passion, which was sadness, upsetness. And what I can tell you is that even though Angelina Jolie is an actress, there's a lot of genuine emotion coming through. So you can see it right there in that stopped image right there, but let's go back a bit.
But would you like to say something?
So she takes a deep breath because she knows this is the first time that the world is getting to know about her and her relationship, because it's only speculation as to how that relationship broke up. So as you can see in her face, in her shoulders and her neck, there's a lot of tension there. Now she's blinking a lot. That's also extreme anxiety.
Only that I don't want to say very much about that.
And she has a long blink, which means she really doesn't want to say much about it. A long blink means, in a subconscious way, that we don't want to reveal all our cards.
Except to say it was a very difficult time.
Okay, so she looked to her left, which means she was in memory rather than construction. So it was a difficult time for her.
And
a tension in her jaw. Right there. Tension in her jaw, both sides.
And we are a family.
And she nods to emphasize that point.
We will always be a family.
And she agrees with that. Her body's in agreement with that.
And we will get through this time and hopefully be a stronger family for it.
Absolutely emphasizing everything, and she had a smile at the end to reassure herself.
And we will get through this time and hopefully be a stronger family for it.
But can I ask how you're coping?
I'm
So there's cognitive overload here. She's really thinking deeply about her emotional state. Obviously, she's been through a lot over the last few months. I would say Brad Pitt has too. And right there you see the tension in the jaw.
Many people find themselves in this situation and these kind of my whole...
So she's just distanced herself from the question. Many people have gone through what I've gone through, because she's finding it difficult to own her actual emotion straight out.
My family, we've all been through a difficult time, and it's not... my focus is my children, our children. And
interesting, my children, our children. So she corrected herself.
And it is, and my focus is finding this way through. And
so she's shaking her head, and so part of what she's thinking in her mind is she can't see the way out at the moment. That's why she's shaking her head. She's trying to see a way out, but she's shaking her head, saying, really, her body's saying she can't see the way out at the moment.
As I said, we are and forever will be a family. And so that is how I'm coping. I'm coping with finding a way through to make sure that this somehow makes us stronger and closer.
Say 5 years' time, where would you like to see yourself? Where do you think you'll be?
5 years' time. Do I have all teenagers?
You have all teenagers at that stage.
That stage, I hope, just standing.
So she dearly loves her children.
Yeah, in 5 years' time, I would like to be traveling around the world visiting my children, hoping that they're just happy and doing really interesting things.
She's shaking her head, which doesn't necessarily mean that's deception. It means she doesn't know what they're going to do when they get older.
And I imagine in many different parts of the world, and I'll be supporting them. And everything I do, I hope, is that I represent something, and I represent the right things to my children and give them.
So she emphasised that point, the right things, in her voice, also her nodding of her head.
Right sense of what they're capable of, and the world as it should be seen, not through the prism of Hollywood or through a certain kind of life, but really take them into the world where they have a really good sense and become rounded people.
So she's really congruent with what she's saying. She does want her children to be away from the Hollywood lights and just to find their own way in the world.
What do you really want to do when you wake up first thing in the morning?
Get through the day. It's been a difficult few months. Right now I'm going through a moment where there's just everybody's in my room. So there's 2 hamsters and 2 dogs and 2 children at the moment. Oh, wow.
So overall, Angelina Jolie, she doesn't seem to be feeling sorry for herself and putting the blame on Brad Pitt. So overall, she is taking responsibility for where she's at the moment and her kids. That's a short take on Angelina Jolie at the moment. Wouldn't we all love to know why they broke up? Thanks for watching The Dialogue. Please ding my bell.